Indulge me as I engage in this video journal. It is now fashionable and trendy to live in a racist, emotional space. It is becoming acceptable to be narrow-minded and myopic. To be intolerable and inhumane has become vogue. Freedom of speech is connected deeply to influence, politics, and race. Presidents are being fired from universities for creating spaces to be critical thinkers and reflective thought leaders. Any and everything is rejected and campaigned against if it threatens the accepted ideology of white America and its allies. The tonality of this nation has grown and continues to grow more intolerable and violent with every news cycle and social media post. Journalists have become nothing more than pawns in a larger game, and networks are trust holders for false nativistic convictions. The late NFL coach Dennis Green said very candidly on one occasion, "They are who we thought they were." The old cliche says the more things change, the more they stay the same. America was born and is shaped in iniquity. It is doing nothing more than being true to its nature. Nefarious, villainous, and knavery. Slavery, emancipation, black codes, Jim Crowism, civil rights, Obama, Trump, Black Lives Matter, January 6th, not to mention book bans and history being removed, and subtle yet intentional stripping away of everything that made the Civil Rights Bill purposeful, and the brutality. Lest we forget the brutal treatment of police and Karenism is trending up without apology. As a follower of the teachings of the carpenter, who happens, by the way, to be licensed and ordained, religiously trained, I am troubled. If I am honest, I am exhausted from the range of emotions that I experience. As I search for altruism, I recall the words of that puzzling, peculiar preacher that I wrestled with named Paul, who said on one occasion, "We are pressed on every side by troubles, but not crushed. We are perplexed, but not driven to despair. We are hunted down, but never abandoned by God. We get knocked down, but we are not destroyed." This is the expectation of altruism I lean into 2024 with, believing that the people of goodwill of all faiths, expressions, and backgrounds will boldly embrace their communal mutuality. For those whose skin had been kissed by nature's sun, specifically the enslaved descendants of this precarious experiment called America. Let's not get distracted by frivolous, existential affairs that we lose sight of what true freedom looked like, could look like now, and what we want it to look like in the future. I'm done. I know I'm not a household name. But I am a 55-year-old married dude. I have been unapologetic as an advocate, champion, and mentor to Black men for 30 years, wherever I have been, from DC to Maryland to Virginia to Connecticut and now in PA. God has privileged me to run nonprofits and work for nonprofit programs and ministries that work with young Black males. I have provided training to fatherhood groups so men can be reunited with their children. As a process coach, we've just given it a name, I created spaces for people, but especially Black males, to process their dreams, their aspirations, their fears, and their feelings. I have been a chaplain for an all-male and Latino middle school academy, the vice president of a local NAACP, a DEI coordinator for a public school district, a director of pastoral care for troubled youth in New York, and a college athlete. I have even served as an interim pastor for a Filipino Baptist church and served as a youth pastor for a Korean Presbyterian church. That's right, you heard it correctly. And then had the audacity to plant the first predominantly Black church in the town of Bethel, Connecticut in its 169-year history. Consulted young males of color as they organized the largest protest for George Floyd in the state of Connecticut. I might not be a household name, but my resume is real. I have been married to my wife for 30 years, and we have 4 cool children ranging from 19 to 27, 3 dudes and 1 beautiful girl. This is personal for me. My second grade teacher sent a note home to my parents saying, I don't know what you all are teaching your son at home, but he has a proclivity. I heard that word in the second grade. He has a proclivity for what we called Afro-American history back then. And that passion for all people, but especially those whose skin has been kissed by nature's sun, the enslaved in this nation, that has not changed. I am just as passionate at 55 as I was at 9, 10, and 11. I'm done for real. You know, Baptist preachers always have more than one close. Say this with me, wherever you are. Faith, focused, no distractions, no procrastinations, drive, determination. Let's get it done. I'm going to say it again. Faith, focus, no distractions, no procrastinations, drive, determination. Get it done. Peace and blessings, beloved. 2024.